It's New Year's Day. How exciting is that? I hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve. I'm actually filming this ahead of time, so this is a little bit weird for me. But it is New Year's Day when you're watching this video. I just know that I'm not going to have time to film a video and get it up this week unless I film it in advance. So I really wanted to get something up on New Year's Day for those of you that are kind of sitting around off work with nothing to do that wanted to watch a video. I thought I'd make one for you. So my video today will be my favourites of 2012, and this is a little basket of favourites of 2012. I've really pared it down. I haven't kind of gone into massive categories or anything. I was going to do 3 separate videos and all that jazz, and then I thought, do you know what? No, I'm just going to go with the real basic, smash and grab, go around. These are the things that I absolutely couldn't live without, and the things that I really would recommend to anyone. And there are things that I haven't mentioned in here. For example, I haven't got a face powder. I've had favourite face powders over the months, but I haven't had one that I'd go, I absolutely love this one, I have to have this one. They'll do. They'll kind of do the same job, and I don't think that I would be gutted if I got a different version. And so I can't say that's been a massive yearly favourite at all. There are a few things in here that are missing, and so there are gaps, but I didn't just want to kind of throw something in for the sake of it. So these are just products that I absolutely love. They're not necessarily going to kind of tick every single box, is all I'm trying to say. So, in no particular order, Batiste Tropical. I shall never try any other Batiste other than the Tropical because this smells so delicious. I know this is completely not seasonal at all, but it smells like holidays and coconuts and amazingness. Just, it's like perfume for your hair, but also I cannot ever be without dry shampoo. Milo and Lee have actually just gone for a walk to the shop while I film these videos, and one of the things on the shopping list is Batiste Tropical. I don't really need to say much more about it because I know you all know what Batiste is, and this is amazing. I just cannot be without it. Another thing that you will have heard me speak about before is Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturiser. This is my ultimate spot treatment. I put it on, a big dollop on my spots when I get them, which I have at the moment. You can put it on under makeup as a regular moisturiser, but I use it as an actual treatment and I find it really diminishes spots really, really quickly. So I recommend this. It's about £3.50. You cannot go wrong. If you don't like it, you've lost £3.50. But if you do like it, like me, then you will never be without it. Another thing that I discovered, was it this year or was it the year before? I can't remember how long I've been loving this for, but at least this year. Peaches and Clean by Soap & Glory, another no-brainer for me. It smells delicious. It smells like fruity mint. It's really strange, but it smells heavenly. Oh, it smells really good. It smells like something you want to eat. And it's got glycol in it, it's got fruity acids, things that basically smooth my skin, and my skin really, really loves this. Not everybody's is going to because it's quite active. Be aware if you have got very sensitive skin, you may break out or you may react to this badly. However, it just does marvellous, marvellous things for me, and many other people have told me that they've tried this because of my recommendation and loved it. So, amazing, and another drugstore fantastic find. My sequins are catching on everything. This top is not entirely practical. Okay, I think we're almost onto makeup. I'll try, this is it. This is the last skincare / anything item. Again, I don't really have any hair care items in here, and I'll tell you why. Shampoo and conditioner. I love my Miracle Moist by Aussie, but I've used lots of other things this year, and I've liked a lot of things as much as Miracle Moist. I've not kind of found anything that I'm holy grail absolutely love. The only thing I would kind of honourable mention that I don't have with me is the Macadamia Oil Healing Repair Mask, or whatever it's called, the big tub. I love that, and I will be repurchasing it, but because I don't have it physically to show you, I didn't include it because I don't have it here, but I would say that was one of my favourites of 2012. But there are several different oils as well, like the macadamia, the Moroccan, the miracle oil that I just got, the Carino one from Aldi. That's also really good. I've got one from Swatched. I can't tell you which one's my favourite, and so I'm not including any of them. But oils for the hair, I am in love with in general. Let's just say hair oils, favourite of 2012. But it used to be macadamia oil, but now I cannot tell you which one's my favourite. So I didn't kind of want to narrow it down. But hair oils in general I love. Organic Surge Blissful Daily Moisturiser. You've heard a lot about this in previous videos as well. And again, it smells so good. It's just really fresh and nice. I think it's the rosemary. I don't know what it is that smells so good in there. Probably the lemon maybe. Just really, really good. And it's, I mean, I've spoken about this before, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's water-based, it sinks in very, very well, and because I've got oily skin, it's hydrating rather than heavy and greasy. Amazing. Really, really like that. Amazing will be the word of today. Naked Palette has to get a mention, but I am going to say that this year, had it not been for Smog, which is my all-time favourite eyeshadow, I wouldn't have put this in this video. I love Smog. Smog. I will be buying an individual one in 2013 because I really don't need the full Naked Palette anymore. I do use other shades occasionally, but pretty much I pull it out and just do a once over. I just have Smog on my eyes today, and then I've also kind of smudged out my liner. I've used Hustle as a liner. So I do occasionally, probably just a Smog and a darker liner like Hustle would totally do it for me. I don't really need the other shades. I still want the Basics palette, which I know is ridiculous. It's a want, not a need. But the Naked Palette is getting in there purely because of Smog, so I'm just going to say Smog has been a 2012 favourite. Let's go for mascara. Volume Million Lashes. I have the excess one here, but the regular one is pretty much exactly the same. And I've used this all year. I have used this all year because I bought this, I think I bought this before I had Milo. The Volume Million Lashes. I seem to remember hauling this on the sofa downstairs whilst I was pregnant. Of course, that video got deleted. Around this time last year, I had an absolutely devastating problem accident where I accidentally deleted 100 videos. And I can't believe a year on that I actually got over that because it was quite a traumatic event. But I did. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I did haul that, but who can tell because the video is no longer here. This is my favourite mascara. It's the brush, it's the formula. I think it's mainly the brush. Kind of quite short but plasticky bristles. It separates, it lengthens, and my lashes are rubbish. They are pale, they are sparse. There's not a lot of mascaras that do anything for them. Apart from this one, I absolutely love it and I will repurchase time and time again. Sandler Baby Jet. I've had this for a long time as well, which is why the writing is rubbing off. And this is a tiny mascara wand, and it's basically developed for your bottom lashes. And I use this every single day. I use that on my top lashes and this on my bottom lashes. And when this eventually does run out, which doesn't seem to be going to happen ever, I must have had this for a year. I don't know how this is happening. But yeah, I must have had this for an entire year. And it's not drying out. So when it does dry out, I will buy another one because that's amazing value. I think I got it in a glossy box. Foundation products. Two I'm going to mention. First of all has to be the Revlon Colorstay. That's what I'm using at the moment all the time. Day in, day out, day in. It's just the day in part. I would use this on the weekend and I would use it on a work day is what I was trying to say. Whereas once upon a time, Colorstay was reserved just for nights out. Now my skin is oily enough to need something that will really stand the test of the day. So Colorstay, I cannot fault it and I will always have a bottle of Colorstay. I'll never try the Estee Lauder equivalent because I think it's a complete waste of money when Colorstay does everything that I need it to do. And it's not super heavy, it's very buildable. You can put it on quite light, but then it will also last all day and it controls your shine, or at least for me it does. But then you can build it up so that you don't need concealer. However, the concealer that I would use with it is the Lasting Perfection by Collection 2000, or Collection. Lasting Perfection by Collection. But that's what they're called now, and this is what I would use all the time. So this is basically my everyday combination right now. However, earlier in the year, this was my favourite, and this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. I do still really like this, but I liked this prior to going back to work. So I liked this when I was going shopping on a Saturday for a few hours, or just sitting at home blogging, and when I went back to work, it just didn't hold up for me. One thing that I did think was amazing about it was when I did go to London for the day, I put all my makeup on, and then as the day went on, it kind of seemed to wear away and I had to redo my makeup. And I just put this over all of my makeup and it basically just started afresh. It didn't go cakey, it didn't look strange, I just reapplied my foundation over all of my makeup, and that's pretty amazing. So this is a very, very nice foundation. It's very, very lightweight, and I don't feel like it lays heavy at all, but it's not for me right now. I think I might revisit that again in the summer. I think it's more for kind of dry combination skin than super oily skin like mine is right now. Cheek products, I have three. Benefit Dallas, which is kind of a plummy bronzery shade, which I use a lot, kind of if I'm wanting it more vampy shade, or like in the autumn winter months I'll reach for that a lot. The Miner's Bronzer Blusher Blend, I actually have this, a brand new one here because my other one just cracked. I could have cried. I dropped it and it cracked. But I've used this all year and you will have heard me talk about this. I use it because it's a fantastic highlighty kind of sheen colour, amazing. The colour is Sunblushed and it's from miners.co.uk. Everybody always asks me, but miners.co.uk is actually giving this away on offer at the moment. It's like £3.50 regular. I can't keep hold of these things. I think it's like normally £3 or £4 and it's like £2 or something. So if you check out their website, then you will be able to find that. And the other thing has featured in my favourites video. God, it must have been for months now I've spoken about this. It's New York Blush by Fashionista, and this is just amazing. I cannot speak highly enough about this. Again, it's got that gorgeous sheen, but it's kind of a rosy glow at the same time. It's a pink shade. One I would never have picked up, but this was actually sent to me as a PR sample, and I'm so glad that it was, because I just would never ever have bought that, and I absolutely love it. Lip products. I only have two. And these are kind of, again, I whittled it down to, these have been my most worn lipsticks this year. And one is MAC Impassioned, and that's the Super Bright Lip. So many people ask what I'm wearing in videos when I'm wearing this, and it's generally, if it's a Super Bright Lip, it's generally going to be this one. And the other one is Matte Factor by Minus, which is what I'm wearing today, and this is in Peach. Again, I've worn this so much, and I've had this for over a year, and I don't know how it's not dried out, but it's just like one coat, it's matte, it doesn't budge, and it just wears really, really well, so it's a really nice daytime colour. And I also have different colours of the Matte Factor that I really, really like, but this has definitely been my most worn. They can go in my mug. Eye products. I have three, and then I have one last product left of my 2012 favourites. How exciting is that? The first of the eye products is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I just have this mini one, and it's the matte one. And I think if I was going to buy a big one when this runs out, I'm going to buy the matte one, because I have the shimmery one, the Sin I think it's called, and I don't really like that one. I prefer this, so I'll buy a big matte base. And I've used that every single day. You may or may not know I used to work for Urban Decay, and basically since I worked for them 2 years ago, I've worn that all the time. I've basically worn it for 3 years, I think, but since I worked for them, I've got so many little ones hanging around that I'm still yet to have to repurchase 2 years later. But I will repurchase a full-size matte one as and when that runs out, because it just does the job. It just, no creasing, no nothing. And my two favourite cream shadows this year have been these. They're the Colour Tattoos by Maybelline, and I have On and On Bronze, or Bad to the Bronze, I don't know what it's called. Bad to the Bronze it says on here, but I think that's the US name. And probably my favourite one is the taupe one, which is Permanent Taupe. They are my favourite cream eyeshadows. They do crease if I don't use a primer underneath them, but I could maybe get away with a very, very thin layer. But otherwise, you do really need a primer. But I love, love, love them. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is this, and it's an Essie polish. And it basically, it's a symbol of all Essie nail polishes, because this year has been the year of Essie for me. I absolutely don't know where I was without them. I now have tons. I'll be doing an Essie collection quite soon. In the next couple of weeks I'll film a big Essie collection. I wanted to make sure I had a swatch of each one so I could put a picture up with each one that I speak about. But I thought I would talk about this one specifically because this is the first Essie polish that I ever bought, and I got this from Las Vegas in March. So it went all the way back to March in 2012. I didn't have an Essie nail polish before March 2012, and now I have plenty. But this is Ole Caliente, which in this light actually looks quite coral, but it's really quite red. It depends on the light that you hit it in. You're going to hit it with the light. It depends how the light hits it, or which light you were in. But this is Ole Caliente, and it was the first Essie that I bought, and it started a huge, huge addiction for me. So that is everything for this year. Can you believe it is 2013? Everything for last year. 2013. I'm probably going to do a New Year's resolution post, and I will link that below. I'll do that on my blog, and if you haven't already gone and followed my blog on one of the many ways that you can, please do for 2013, because I do blog every single day. So if you ever want to see what I'm up to when I'm not filming, I'm over there doing something. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please go subscribe, check out all my links below, and I hope you have a fantastic New Year's Day. Bye! But for me right now, I don't mind my eyebrows being considerably darker than my hair, but still they kind of match up with my roots. It's just a little bit more complementary, and I really like defining my brows because mine are very sparse and light. So been loving that this month.